It's pretty windy outside, as you can see, so I thought, well, perfect day to stay inside and play Commodore 64 games. Then I thought, why not do a review on this joystick that I've been using for the last week, the Logitech F710 on the C64. The only reason I brought one was due to a discussion that was being held on the C64 Facebook page, and I thought this joystick sounds pretty good. Of course, like most of us, I originally started with the Competition Pro that comes with the C64. It's good. It's definitely better than the Mini Competition Pro, but it's not great. So I began using my old PS1 controller with its analog sticks and D-pad. It was better, and it connects with the C64 with this converter, which is a link in the description below if you're interested in buying one of those. Now the problem is though, it's still limited by cables. They get in the way. They do restrict you, and there's no freedom. That's where the Logitech F710 is a fantastic solution for Commodore 64 gaming. It even comes with batteries. Has this handy little storage space for your nano receiver, which plugs into your C64. So that's really handy. But of course we're going to use it right now, so we'll get it back out. The feel and the weight of the F710 is really good. It feels comfortable, it feels solid, it feels like a quality product. You can use both the analog sticks or the D-pad when playing your Commodore 64 games. The left and right triggers, all four of them, are used for your firing buttons. Actually, this little switch had me stumped initially. Out of the box, it was set to X input, and nothing worked on the C64. Then I flicked it over to D, or direct input, which is designed for emulators, which the C64 is of course, and it worked flawlessly. On the F710, the start button is your menu button, and the back button, this turns off your turbo load and turns it back on again. We'll get into that a little bit later on. The A and B buttons are important. A is the back button and B is the load button. But we'll look at those actions and how the F710 works with the C64 right now. This is the nano receiver, which you plug into the C64 USB ports. Anyone's fine. Turn it upside down and you're ready to go. Oh yeah, I better not forget my USB stick for the games. I always get that wrong. Turn it on, and no drivers need to be loaded. The F710 is ready to play, fully compatible with the C64. Amazing. Press the start button for the menu, press fire to enter the folder, and now use the D-pad or the analog sticks to navigate. We'll load Bruce Lee 2. This is a CRT file, so all you need to do is press B or load and start the game. And see, it works perfectly. No delay, no lag, it's very responsive. Fantastic. Now, what if you want to save your progress using the F710? Press start, which is the menu button. Press fire on the save load option. And to save your progress, press A on your F710. Done. So how do we do the joystick port swapping on the F710? We'll load Bruce Lee 1, because as we know this needs to have the joystick in port 1. As expected, nothing's happening because we are defaulting to joystick port 2 currently. On the F710, press and hold down the start button and then press the A button to swap to port 1 and voila. Of course, hold down the start button and press B to swap to joystick port 2. One final tip with the F710 is about here is the turbo load feature. You can turn this on and off by pressing the back button on your F710 gamepad. Well, that's my little review of the Logitech F710 using it with the C64. As you can see, it's a really good quality wireless joystick or gamepad or controller, whatever you want to call it, solution. In fact, I recommend it. It's really enhanced my Commodore 64 gaming experience on the C64, and it's really returned me to my childhood when playing games because it's so easy to use, it feels comfortable, and it really makes me feel like I'm using a QuickShot 2 again when I was a kid. Well, that's my personal experience and opinion about the Logitech F710. Let me know in the comments below if you've used it and what you think as well. Now, if you haven't got one already, I highly recommend it. As you can tell, this hasn't been a paid endorsement. I bought this with my own money. I just think it's a fantastic product and I highly recommend it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.